Hi everyone! Today I'm gonna show you an art journal page, and I am showing you now my sketchbook, and is that I will be doing my background in base of one of my sketchbook drawings. It's an abstraction of a landscape, so first we are going to make the first layer with watercolor. And for that I will be using first a layer of water just to imitating the forms of the landscape. And this is one of my sketchbooks. I have different ones for different things and I find it very useful because when I want to have a background I just have my inspiration in my draws. And there are different ways of working when doing art journaling. There are people who are more spontaneous and intuitive while working, and I am both. Sometimes I just like to experiment with paints and I like the result and then I use it in my art journal page. Or sometimes, like today, I first draw the focal point and then think about what type of background I want for the draw. It depends of my humor, it depends of the day, it doesn't matter, because art journal in fact is just to experiment and express yourself using paint. So it depends on your character and different things, but really I recommend you to use sketchbooks, and also because the daily practice is super important. You will see that if you work on a daily basis, your draws will be improving for sure. And as you can see, I have done the second layer with soft pastels, and the page was not dry completely, it was wet, and in fact I really love the texture that I get with the wet surface. And now I am just doing the third layer with Chinese ink. In fact, it's like an abstraction of a landscape, so there are like mountains, lakes and trees, so more or less it's like this. And now I am just beginning with the first layers for the focal point, in this case this girl, and I am using watercolors from Jane Davenport. If you are following me, you know that I love it. Jane Davenport material, I love them, and especially because they are thought to be used in portraits, so it's amazing. So, well, we are going to work first with watercolors and then I will be using pastel pencils. So I leave you with the work. And while the watercolors are drying, I will be doing some of the details of the dress. In this case I am using a waterproof marker, because after we are going to work with watercolor, so it's very important that it has to be waterproof. And as you can see, I have my computer nearby because most of the times, well, always, I work by photo reference. So I have my photo near me and I am just drawing the different areas, lights and darks. And now, as you can see, I'm doing a second layer on the Chinese ink, and I am using my brush to make some marks. And I really recommend you to do that. I sometimes just take a paper and my brushes and with some paint, and I am just experimenting with the type of marks that the brushes can do. And I think it's amazing that with one brush you can make a lot of things. I recommend you to try it. So as you can see, I just used two colors for the watercolors because I wanted to be very simple, and I am doing realistic draws but not too much realistic, so I don't want to have a lot of tones and variations in the skin. So I used two colors of watercolors and now two more colors of pastel pencils. And I have to tell you that I love to play with pastel pencils because I think it mixes very well with watercolors, and you can create different tones and variations in the skin in an easy way. So yeah, I leave you with the work. Now I'm working the eyes, and I first use Stabilo pencil, but I recommend you to do it on the contrary, first with the watercolors and then with the Stabilo pencil, because Stabilo is not waterproof, so you have to be very careful. I am working very slowly, but first I think it's better to make the paint with the watercolor and then work with the Stabilo. In that way there will be no mistakes. And yes, we are working now the darkest part of the skin, and just reproducing my photo reference. And now we are going to make the hair. So I am will be using different things, but mostly soft pastels, because I love to work with soft pastels, and then the pastel pencils, and also charcoal. because I think it mixes really well the charcoal with the pastel pencils and the soft pastels. So as you can see, we are going to make the different tones and variations in the hair and just play with the different materials. Now I thought that there were a lot of difference between darks and lights, so I am using the pan pastel. The pan pastel is like soft pastels, but just the pigment. So I am using this tone just to unify all the tones in the skin. And well, now I am doing my journaling. I am using an Stabilo pencil too, and just making another layer. Now I am looking for my sentiment. In this case, I am using a magazine, a free cultural magazine from my city. You can use different things for that. You can use stamps, or you can use a book, or you can draw, of course, but I prefer to use this type of titles. and I am trying to make like a vintage style with the charcoal and just glue it down. So well, that's it for today. I hope you like it. I wait for your comments. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and you can subscribe to my channel if you wish, and you can follow me in my social media. So see you next time. Bye.